get in your car. It's pouring rain. You head to your local Applebee's. You enter. It's empty. The host sits you down as you give her your order. 2 classic combo appetizers. It comes, and you find that something tastes sour. You send them back and leave. You forgot your keys in your car. You head to the stop nearby and wait. A loud engine is heard from afar. You look to see this bus coming towards you. It stops and you step on board. You sit down in the empty cabin as it ferries you to Ruby Tuesdays. You order and then spit out the sticky ribs at the manager. You go to Olive Garden next. You get never-ending homemade soups, spilling them everywhere as a protest. You go to Cheddar's and smash chicken pot pies in everyone's face. At the Cheesecake Factory, you drop thousands of desserts at your feet, pleased by none. At Red Lobster, they're out of Cheddar Bay biscuits. In the Golden Corral, they cook you 5 steaks, all undercooked. You head to Shoney's, Outback, Logan's Roadhouse, Chili's, Ruby Tuesdays, Olive Garden, Cheddar Bay Corral, Cheesecake Steakhouse, Chili's Combo, Classic Roadhouse, Shoney's Tuesdays, Never-Ending Sticky Pies, Lemon Raspberry Fiesta Italiano,
Perfect steak, combo, crab cake. Treat yourself to bloomin' artichoke, never-ending soup, dip, lemon, roadhouse, garden, bayback, steak roast, chili, Sunday, mozzarella, setup, skin, mayonnaise, topic, cabbage, lemon.
You're on the misery bus. 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 Misery
And if you follow me through here, we have a lovely open concept. Very comfortable carpets and lead-based paint we've reused from the previous remodel, just to give it that vintage statement I think you'll find very appealing. And these are new windows, this year's model, so clear that you can see the feral wolf stalking out there. He's a sensitive little guy, so you can't frighten him or there will be retaliation. But it's such a large fenced-in yard, you've got plenty of space to outrun him when you have to. You can find your HOA documents on their website, and if you have any questions, I'm here to assist. There will be a gravesite in one of the bedrooms. You'll only pay tribute twice a month at midnight, candle lit. You choose the days, but it must be done. Stainless steel appliances. You'll find them clogged with some traditional rat poop and the like. It's got great ventilation, and the bats have made their home here for over a decade, so you need to acquire a sleeping bag that you can zip up fully. What do you think? Are y'all ready to commit?
Yes, we'll take it.
Great. Great. Well, let's sign some paper. If you would, follow me to the kitchen. I'll give you one of our mops so you can get started cleaning this place and attempting to make it a home.
Thank you so much. We're just so glad to be here.
Glad to have y'all in the neighborhood.
Good midnight to you. You are here at the invitation of the Young America Mystic Cult of Horrors, and you shall enjoy being horrified to the point of sheer panic as you are transported into the dark sepulchres of this mysterious night. And you may feel yourself changing from the gentle person you are to a monster with dark green blood running through its veins. Or you may change into a werewolf with long fangs for teeth. Or you may become a vampire with a deep urge within you for a refreshing drink of blood. Warm human blood. Of course, these changes will happen to only a few of you, while others will remain as themselves, in a way, in a strange sort of way. And some may notice a feeling of loneliness and have an urge to run far into the darkness, to the nearest cemetery, to be in the company of the other souls who walk in the night. Some may imagine they feel long, bony fingers clutching at their throats. If this should happen to you, don't move a muscle. Don't make a sound. Don't even breathe. Just cross your fingers, as a cross usually protects you. If not, you will have the time of your life. The last time. The story begins in a few moments, and as it moves you from one horror to another, you may feel things about you, near you, so near to feel their cold, clammy breath on your body. Or you may feel other things without shape of any kind, yet you'll know somehow that they are very close to you. You may feel something crawling all over your body that leaves cold, damp impressions on your skin. And some of you may feel your hands tingling a bit here and there. Don't be alarmed. These are the friendly ones. The only friendly things you'll feel during this night of terror. I leave you now in a trance of enjoyable hallucinations of the horrible things in store for you. And after your weird experiences, I will return to lead you out of the darkness of death back to life.
I I can fold my tongue back. Not many people can do that.
I can pull the sides of my mouth back and get this really weird smile.
I can make a gazillion sound effects just off this body right here. My belly button, I can make it snap. That's kind of cool. I can do car screeching. The owl. This one.
Sometimes I feel like I have psychic powers,
My fingers, I can make them like this and then kind of crack your fingers.
I can bend my thumb back really, really far.
Normal people have arms that are straight. My arm can kind of bend a bit.
I can also make a three-leaf clover with my tongue.
I can put one eye in one direction. If my face got stuck like that, I think we'd have some problems.
Kids like you express themselves every day on Disney Channel.
It's creepy stuff, man.
I am a simple man. I don't like complications. The same in music. I like what is natural. To give what the music demands, and I try to do my best.
Tristan Thompson.
Dude, this is awesome. Ron, you should go out there.
Bronny, we're about to see Bronny probably get his first NBA bucket, aren't we?
Yeah.
Here it comes, isn't it?
Maybe. Oh, wow, that's it. It was a three, wasn't it? Wow.
What the hell is this? Are y'all seriously all sitting around watching sports like a bunch of bros?
Bobby, chill out.
What are you talking about, Bobby? Y'all are not what y'all used to be. We used to be artists. We're gonna be jocks now?
Bobby, did something happen?
I'm fine. I'm the normal one here. What's happened is my friends have been replaced. I don't know who anyone is anymore. I just want all my friends back is all.
He's lucky to be here, that's all I have to say. He should feel blessed every day he opens his eyes.
Unbelievable. Bros.
Bobby, relax.
Dude, it's not funny.
I'll tell the whole neighborhood. Hey, everybody, my friends are a bunch of bros.
Let's keep playing, guys.
Bobby, it's 3 in the morning. What are you doing?
I'm learning the game. Learning how to be a bro.
Bobby, what's that behind you? On the rack?
Oh, those? Well, we don't have much money around here anymore since we're all bros now. So I found a workaround. If I'm gonna go pro, I need to have as much equipment as possible.
Bobby, what did you do?
They turned out great, I think. They already had a lot of air in their heads. I only needed to add a pinch more.
No!
What do you say? Up for a game of dribble knockout, bro?
Out of the depths of darkness rises Garganta, the true king of monsters. He's on his way alive, in person, to scare the yell out of you. Garganta on the stage in Dr. Silkini's giant triple Scream Show for the first time on any stage. The stage show that brought you the Frankenstein monster in person now brings you direct from Hollywood, Garganta, the giant gorilla of the universe, alive and in person, in a 3-hour performance filled with more chills, thrills, laughs than you've ever experienced in this century. It is engrossing, exciting, fascinating, filled with tense climaxes, gripping scenes, beautiful starlets. Yes, it's Garganta, this wild, inhuman menace, this 782 pounds of dynamite that makes Kong the gorilla look like a monkey. And that's not all. During the dark seance when all the lights are dimmed, ghosts, spirits, and vampires descend into the audience. You may find yourself holding a ghost, your girl, or someone else's girl. So watch out when the lights go out. But as Mae West would say, it'll separate the men from the boys. In New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, critics have proclaimed this stage attraction to be the show you must not miss. Even though it's a stage presentation to send you home in frantic flight, there are also some very eye-appealing scenes created by these beautiful Hollywood starlets in gorgeous costumes designed by Adrian. Yes, it's a stage show for everyone. But those of you under 16, please be accompanied by an adult. Not only because of what takes place during the performance in the dark seance, but the adult may be afraid to walk home alone. Now is your first and only chance to see, in person, on stage, and alive, Garganta, the giant gorilla of the universe. Watch for it. Remember the time, the place, and the date to see Garganta alive and in person.
Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. Talk about some severe blues. Hey now. Talk about some severe blues. Hey now. Talk, I got 'em. Hey now. Talk about some severe blues. Hey now. Talk about some severe blues. Talk about some severe blues. I got 'em. Hey now. Talk about some severe blues. I got 'em. Oh, hey now. Talk about some severe blues.
I've had pretty bad fights with friends.
When you have an argument with someone that you don't like, you're like, fine, whatever. But when it's your best friend, it's so difficult.
Most times when we're fighting, it's something really lame.
Well, I want to go to the comics. No, I don't want to go there. That's stupid.
Our friendship is a lot more important than just fighting all the time.
In terms of arguing with friends, what you always have to remember is that you are friends.
I've never lost any friendships over a fight that we weren't able to fix.
The way that we solve it, we just kind of talk it out.
Just be honest and really talk to them.
Pick up your phone and call and have a conversation.
If you wait too long, you can lose the friendship that you have, and you don't want to lose that.
Kids like you express themselves every day on Disney Channel.
so scary, we dare you to see The Monsters Crash the Pajama Party, the first movie ever filmed in horror vision, Hollywood's latest miracle. You will scream as fiendish movie monsters actually become alive, then crash right out of the screen, go into the audience, and carry screaming girls from their seats right back into the picture to become part of the movie. We warn you, horror vision is not 3D. The movie monsters become real flesh and blood. Be sure to see The Monsters Crash the Pajama Party in horror vision and color.
Kids like you express themselves every day on Disney Channel.
My favorite holiday would definitely have to be Halloween. Getting to dress up, plus you get to have candy. I love candy.
I love Halloween. It's just a fun kid holiday.
Halloween's great because you get to dress up and be whoever you want. You don't get to be yourself for one day.
My dad, one time during Halloween, he gave out hot dogs. Some man put a hot dog in my son's candy bag, and I was like, that's my daddy.
Disney Channel. Express yourself.
And for the girl backstage, make it perfectly clear. Never mind who you thought I was. I'm Rick James. Wow. It's really good to see you again, baby.
It's good to see you too, baby.
And I must admit you looking very them and lead them.
Yes!
That's what I used to do.
Sing a song.
I used to use and abuse them, baby. And then I laid eyes on you.
Was playing.
Sing for pleasure. Well, do you know? Do you feel
that was my claim to fame?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
With every single man.
What did we do, baby? What did we do, baby?
Your teardrop stains.
Yes, you were cold.
I was cold as ice. I was cold as ice.
Yes, you were, baby.
Hey, baby, I was.
You know what, Tina? Baby, I wasn't there with that. The nation knows. Sugar. Then I kissed your lips.
Then you kissed my lips. You turned on. You turned on.
Fire and desire. Above the flame.
Kids like you express themselves every day on Disney Channel.
I'm 14 years old, so I don't always like to listen to my parents, but they teach you lots of things that's going to be good for you later on in life.
My mom, my dad, they teach us, and I just look up to them and I ask them for advice.
I think my mom has really taught me to never give up.
My parents try to teach me to, like, mind my manners.
My parents always teach me to be yourself.
You're never too old to learn a lesson from your parents.
Disney Channel. Express yourself.
Oh, okay. All right. We're going to take a look now at a picture of the Beatles in 1960. John Lennon, George Harrison, and Paul McCartney, of course, are easily recognized, but the fourth member of the group doesn't really look much like Ringo Starr, and that, of course, is because he is not. He is Pete Best. He was the original drummer in this group until he was bumped for Ringo, and that took place in 1962. He is now out of the music business and is making a special appearance here tonight. We're pleased to welcome Mr. Pete Best, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the program. You're honestly one person I never thought I would get the opportunity to meet, but you're somebody that I've known about, since 1962, essentially. Mm-hmm. Let's just start at the beginning. How did the relationship come about between yourself and John Lennon and George Harrison and Ringo Starr?
Well, very shortly. I first met the guys when they opened my mother's club, the Casbah, way back in 1958, when they were known as the Quarrymen there. And there was John, George and Paul, and another guy called Ken Brown. But we needed a group to open the club Saturday night.
This is a club that your mother operated?
That's right, yeah, under the basement of the house.
And how old were you at that time?
Oh, I'd be about 16.
And the other guys were roughly the same age also?
Yeah, we were... couldn't give a damn attitude,
Just high school kids?
Yeah. But funny thing was, the club needed some decorating. So John, in his wisdom, for those of you who don't know, John was a little bit short-sighted. We were painting the club ceiling black, and it was supposed to be matte paint. So John did it in gloss paint, and that was it.
So now, you and the rest of the guys were helping to finish or fix up this club in order to open it for business. They came over and were painting and so forth.
That's right.
Yeah. Now, when did you get to be part of the musical group?
Well, just an aside, I joined them August 1960, simply because of the fact that they disappeared and they went and had an audition for a guy called Larry Barnes. And by this time, they changed the name to the Silver Beatles. Silver Beatles. And there was a guy who joined them called Stu Sutcliffe, who very tragically died a couple of years later. But after this particular tour, when they went up to Scotland, there was a guy called Tommy Moore who was playing drums for them. And he came back and he said, "Whoa," he said, "I've had enough." He said, "I've had enough." So Paul knew that I'd been playing drums. And he said, "Pete," he said, "I've had enough. You got the offer to go to Germany." I said, "Are you interested?" I said, "Yeah, very much so." And he said, "Come down and audition," which is what I did do. And went down the next day, bashed off about 6 numbers. And 5 minutes later, they said, "Yeah, Pete, you're in."
Yeah. So, what was the extent of your musical background at that point? I mean, you were good enough to pass the audition, obviously, but had you done much drumming before?
Oh, for about 2 years on and off. I had a small combo of my own, which was like a fun group, but nothing sort of professionally based, because I knew the guys had to go back to job, go back to school.
Yeah. So now, when you went on the tour to Germany, was this the beginning of the feeling that this thing may go right through the roof, or was this still a little earlier?
No, when we went over to Germany, and we were out there for about a month, and we suddenly realised, hey, German audiences are going wild about us. And there was always an inner feeling, Dave, which it was funny to explain, but we knew, that, in fact, we had a saying. A lot of people don't know this, but we used to get on stage and we used to stand there, and say, "Where are we going, guys?" To the top. Now, that was the inner belief which we had amongst ourselves, right? And it was funny, but we knew that somewhere along the line we were going to make it big. Now, truthfully wise, I don't think even they would have envisaged that we were going to become the phenomena they were.
Yeah. Were you close to these gentlemen at the time? Were you all really good friends? Did you get to be a really tight unit?
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, when you're playing Take Hamburger, for instance, 7 hours a night, 7 days a week. 15-minute break if you were lucky or something like that. We grew up together. A lot of hard times, a lot of fun together. So we were a close, compact unit.
Now, how did did you have any hint that you were going to be leaving the group?
No, that was the amazing thing, Dave. When the incident happened, it just happened completely out the blue. There was no completely out the blue. Forewarning, it's all about it. It just was called into Brian's office, and he turned around. I could tell he was agitated, simply because of the fact that he was, pacing up and down and, sort of biting his fingernails, so to speak. But after about 3 or 4 minutes, he turned around and said, "Pete, I've got bad news for you." He said, in a nutshell, the boys want you out, and they want Ringo Starr in. Well, I was completely shell-shocked by this, Dave. Couldn't sort of get my mind together or, whatever, trying to sort of get things into perspective.
Did you then go to talk to any members of the group, John or Paul, or?
No. The funny thing about it was, after I was kicked out, very shortly after that, I joined a group called Lee Curtis and the All-Stars. And on 2 occasions, I played on the same bill as them. One was at the Cavern in Liverpool, and the other was at the Majestic Ballroom. And we were playing support to them on these occasions. And it meant that as we were coming off stage, the Beatles were going on stage. But nothing was ever mentioned. There was no acknowledgement.
Nobody said, "Sorry, Pete," or "We'll talk to you later about it," or "It was business," or nothing?
No, just stony silence.
Yeah. And from the time that you got let go to the time that... Did you know Ringo at all? Had you met him before?
Sure, yeah. Ringo and I were very good friends. Yeah.
So from the time you got let go to the time that they just became an unbelievable success, what amount of time was that?
Basically they had a record in the English charts within a month or so of me being kicked out. And after that it became history. Everyone knows about it.
Now what does that do to a person? What is there resentment there? Is it... is there resentment there? I mean, first you had these guys were your friends, and suddenly they're not your friends. That's tough enough, but to suddenly see them skyrocket like that, not to mention the economics involved in the thing. Were you angry at them, mad at them?
Just in a part, Dave. They caused me a lot of hardship, grief, financial embarrassment. But I persevered with my own lifestyle, and I was strong enough in character to sort of turn around and say, okay, no matter what happened in the past, let's forget about it. Okay. And at this present moment in time, I've managed to retain my identity in my own sweet way.
Did you continue in music? You mentioned you were with another band. Did that? At that time, there was a good chance that a band coming out of Liverpool could be a big success. Many were.
Oh, sure, yeah. I had mediocre success. I got a couple of records in the charts, a couple of TV spots, nothing fantastic.
Yeah.
But the gap was always widening, The Beatles were up there, somewhere down on the lower ranks. I was slotted in somewhere.
Yeah. So then, you're no longer in music. What happened after you mentioned that these had some other hits or smaller hits, minor successes? What did you do then?
Well, up to about 1968, we persevered. Did a tour of America and Canada, had a couple of albums released over here. But unfortunately, through no circumstances of our own, we had to go back home. We found when we got back home that things had drastically changed, We'd been away for about 9 months, we got a lot older. And the scene had changed. And when we tried to break back into the normal routine, it wasn't there.
Yeah.
We sort of persevered, but... it just didn't happen.
The other thing I wanted to ask you was, what was the reason ultimately given to you for the change at the position of drummer?
In a nutshell, Dave, jealousy. We found out afterwards, at the meeting they turned around and said that I wasn't a good enough drummer, but consequently when we sort of turned around, a lot of people, found out that jealousy was creeping into the act.
There was actually some demonstrations and people in the streets yelling, and they were upset at the time, weren't they?
It was a nice feeling, to realise that I had true loyal supporters. But there was a hell of a fan reaction, billboards and everything.
Anyway, the album, which we alluded to in the last half hour, called Silver Beatles. What is this essentially? When people put this on their machines at home, what are they going to hear?
Well, what they're going to hear is, hopefully so. is the declaration material, which was recorded way back January the 1st, 1962. That was the first major attempt for the Beatles to land an English recording contract.
Never before heard, as far as you know?
There could have been bootleg versions, but this is the one which everyone's going to go for.
Okay, well, I certainly hope this is a big success for you. It was a pleasure meeting you, sir. It's an interesting tale. I'm sorry it didn't work out better for you. Keep that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, sir.
By then we were pretty sick of Pete Best too, because he was a lousy drummer, you know. He never improved, you know. And there was always this myth being built up over the years that he was great and Paul was jealous of him because he was pretty and all that crap, you know. And the reason he got in the group in the first place was because the only way we could get to Hamburg, we had to have a drummer. And we just heard that this guy was, we knew of this guy who was living at his mother's house who had a club in it, and he had a drum kit, and we just grabbed him, auditioned him, and he could keep one beat going for long enough, so we took him to Germany. And we were always going to dump him when we could find a decent drummer, you know. But by the time we'd got brought back from Germany, we trained him to keep a stick going up and down and four in the bar. He couldn't do much else, you know. And he looked nice, and the girls liked him, so, you know, that was all right.
I'm here in the hemlock forests of Pennsylvania, looking for the squonk. It's about to hit midnight. I've set up my campsite close to the Poconos here and surveyed the area. I'm confident I can make it back. The squonk stands at about 2 feet tall and moves slowly. Many have said it smells horrific, like diving into a restaurant dumpster or smelling stale urine. I know plenty about both to know what I'm up against. Its skin is covered in warts, very loose. It can't feel good to be wearing that all the time. Nights where the moon is out are the best time to hunt these guys. They'd rather stay in the area than migrate and risk seeing their face in a moonlit lake. They hate their appearance so much that they cry everywhere they go. So that's what we'll be looking for when we track our squonk. It's said that if you corner them and if they're surprised or frightened, they will dissolve into tears. The same thing happened to me when the Discovery Channel executives told me my show wasn't coming back. I'm gonna have to take this slow. I've only got so much fuel for this mission anyway. Every drop is crucial. You gotta have that salt content or else you won't be able to cry. I know it, and so does the squonk. This time of year is perfect for hunting them. Very cold. You'll need a coat, boots, and warm socks. If you don't have any of those, there are plenty of inventive ways to make them warm in my new book coming out next spring, Bear vs. Book. Thank God I'm refreshed this morning. The Quality Inn really is quality. Gotta love it. Is that a cabin? Let's go check and see.
Come in, man. We got Scrapple going right now. Should be done soon. Are you here to see the bell?
Are you going to the chocolate world?
Crayola experience?
Gettysburg?
The Amish?
The squonk.
Oh, well, we know nothing about that.
No, sir. But if we did, I would say he's probably heading northwest of this area.
And if we did see him, I think it was roughly 15 minutes ago, so you have time.
Thank you. I appreciate the help.
Look out for the bear!
She's right. The squonk better fear me, 'cause I'm hot on his trail. The tears have led me all the way here. Now all I need to do is set up shelter and... It's you. It's the squonk. I forgot to mention, its fangs are venomous. I'm gonna cry myself into nothing. Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is it. Oh,
Dinner is served.
Tasty looking scrap, isn't he?